I'd like to call the meeting to order, joint transportation. Is there any public comments? Nothing. Well, I'd like to read the feasibility statement. The Old Colony MPO fully complies with the Title VI of the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and related statutes and regulations to all programs and activities. The Old Colony MPO operates without regards to race, color, national origin, including limited English proficiency, age, sex, disability, ancestry, ethnicity, gender identity, or expression of sexual orientation, religion, creed, veteran status, or background. Any person who believes that they are of any specific class and of person to be subject to a discrimination prohibited by Title VI may by themselves or by a representative file a written complaint with the Old Colony MPO. Complaints are to be filed no later than 180 days from the date of the illegal discrimination. This meeting is accessible to people with disabilities, of those with limited English proficiency. Accessible accommodations and language services will be provided free of charge upon request. As available, please contact Mary Waldron at 508-583-1833 for more information. Thank you. Now we need to go with a roll call. Do we need a roll call?
Yes, sir. Abington?
Here.
Anyone?
Hello, here.
Thank you. Bridgewater?
Jane O'Brien, Town of Bridgewater.
Thanks, Shane. Brockton? Duxbury? East Bridgewater? Easton?
Hayfield.
Halifax? Hanover? Hanson? Pembroke? Plymouth? Plimpton? Stoughton? West Bridgewater? Whitman?
Here.
And Brockton Air Transit? Gatra? MassDOT District 5?
Hi, everyone. Barbara LaChance from District 5.
Thanks, Barbara. And MassDOT Office of Transportation Planning? Okay, Dan, we're all set.
We all set, Bill?
Yep, you're all set.
All right, thank you very much. I'd like a motion to accept the minutes of November 7th, 2024. Do I have a motion?
Second. Yes.
Huh?
Yes, Bruce.
Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Thank you very much. Any questions on it? Seeing none, all in favor? Roll call.
Abington?
Yes.
Avon?
Yes.
Bridgewater?
Yes.
Brockton? Duxbury? East Bridgewater? Easton?
Yes.
Halifax? Hanover? Hanson? Pembroke? Plymouth? Plimpton? Stoughton? West Bridgewater? Whitman?
Yes.
Thank you. Brockton Air Transit?
Yes.
Thanks, Mike. Gatra? And MassDOT District 5?
Yes.
And do we have anyone from MassDOT OTP yet? Okay.
All set?
All set, sir.
Thank you. Let's get the important stuff. Right. Item 4, communications. Sean, you're up.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. The first item on the communications packet is corridor improvements on Route 139, Hanover Street, at Main Street, Center Street, and Silver Street in the town of Hanover. Virtual public information meeting. It will be hosted by MassDOT tonight, December 5th at 6:30 p.m. to present the design for the proposed corridor improvements on Route 139 at Main Street, Center Street, and Silver Street. To register for this meeting, please click on the hyperlink in the staff report. The next item is the Old Colony Safe Streets for All SS4A Action Plan public meeting. It will be held virtually December 11th from 6 to 8 p.m. An interactive map and data dashboard is accessible for this project through the Old Colony Planning Council website at the hyperlink listed here. And to register for the public meeting, please visit the other hyperlink in the staff report. The next item is a vulnerable road user systemic safety project, state-owned bus stops virtual public information meeting. It will be hosted by MassDOT December 18th at 6 p.m. To register for this meeting, please visit the hyperlink in the staff report. Next item is fiscal years 24 to 26, promoting resilient operations for transformative, efficient, and cost-saving transportation protect program notice of funding opportunity. There are two application deadlines for fiscal years 24 and 25. The deadline is February 24th, 2025 at 11:59 p.m. And the fiscal year 2026 deadline is February 24th, 2026 at 11:59 p.m. To register for the upcoming webinars, please click on the hyperlink in the staff report. The next item is a fiscal year 2025 raise notice of funding availability. It is open and published on grants.gov. The application process is structured in two rounds. Round one is for fiscal year 24 projects of merit with a deadline of December 2nd, 2024. And round two is open to all eligible applicants with a submission deadline of January 30th, 2025. To register for the webinars and to access the meeting recordings, please visit the RAISE website. Hyperlink is in the staff report. The next item is a citizen planner training collaborative. These workshops provide training in Massachusetts municipal land use practice and law for members of planning boards, boards of appeal, planning professionals, and anyone interested in municipal land use. There are 5 upcoming workshops in the fall and winter series. The first one will be tonight, drafting zoning amendments, which will be held at 5:30 p.m. and they go all the way till January 13th, 2025 at 6 p.m. That one is writing reasonable and defensible decisions. For more information, please visit the hyperlink in the staff report. The next item is a 2025 Mass Trails Grant application period, which is now open. The award maximum depends on the project type and needs and is generally $100,000 for recreational trails projects and up to $500,000 for shared use path projects demonstrating critical network connections of regional or statewide significance. For more information, please visit the hyperlink in the staff report. Applications are due by Monday, February 3rd, 2025. Next item is a Federal Funds and Infrastructure Office notice. They have launched an ambitious interagency strategy for Commonwealth to successfully compete for the historic levels of federal funding available from the bipartisan infrastructure law. The next federal funds partnership meeting will be held January 28th, 2025 at 2 p.m. To register for the Zoom meeting, please visit the hyperlink in the staff report. The next item is a MassDOT draft public participation plan available for review and comment. It has been released for public comment and is available online at the first hyperlink in the staff report. The comment period closes January 10th, 2025. Concurrent with the release of the public participation plan is a survey, which is the second hyperlink, requesting input on MassDOT's public participation processes. And that is communications.
Thank you very much. Next is item 5A, Brockton Area Transit, Regional Transit Authority, BAT. Mike?
Nothing new to report at this time.
Oh, that was quick and easy. All right, let's go to B. Great Attleboro Taunton Regional Transportation Authority, GATRA. Mary Ellen, you giving it? She here?
I do not believe she is here.
Wow, it's getting quicker. Okay, next is South Coast Rail. Sean.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. As we all know, the South Coast Rail project has been going on for quite some time now, and latest estimate is that it'll be operational by spring or summer 2025, extending commuter rail service back to the cities of Taunton, Fall River, and New Bedford. And during the month of November, some of the work that was conducted involved overnight testing at signal houses across all of South Coast Rail's lines, train testing throughout the corridor with speeds of up to 79 miles per hour, pavement marking work on Route 105 in Middleborough, and continued construction of the pedestrian bridge over Route 18 in New Bedford. If anyone is interested in signing up for the weekly updates on this project, you can click on the hyperlink and enter in your email address to receive the automatic email updates. And
Okay.
that is South Coast Rail.
Thank you very much. Let's move on to item 6, old business. Fiscal year 2025 to 2029 Transportation Improvement Program. Bill, you're up.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Mr. Chair. So we,
Madam, fine.
yeah, I caught myself before I said it.
Yeah.
We have a couple items in this report. So first is just informational only. It's on an adjustment, which was our second adjustment to the tip, and then then there'll be an action item for an amendment that's currently out for public review and comment. So the adjustment number 2, you can see on your screen here, was so for the Duxbury Powder Point Avenue Bridge. This was a funding category change, so this did not change the total cost of the project, nor did it change project scope or timing or anything like that. It was just a changing the project to being funded under the state prioritized project program for in FFY, beginning in FFY 2027, and then extending in FFY 2030, which is 1 year beyond the scope of this tip, but it is advanced constructed, so it bears mentioning in the adjustment. And then the other item it was in 2029, the Vernon Street Bridge Replacement Project in Bridgewater, that had a reduction in the cost estimate by about $2.5 million. That did not meet the threshold but that would require an amendment. So this was just an adjustment. This went to the NPO on November 19th at their meeting for their review and approval, at which point they did approve this adjustment. So that is all set, and this does not require any action from this committee. And so next, which does require action from this committee, is an amendment that's currently out for a public review and comment period. So this is amendment number 1, and this is taking 4 grants that were received by our communities through the bipartisan infrastructure law. 3 of these grants are in Brockton and 1 is in Plymouth. So in Brockton, first one they received was a RAISE grant for transportation and technology improvements in the downtown. The next one was I'm sorry, the first one was a SMART grant. I'm sorry. The next one was a RAISE grant for mobility improvements in the downtown. The third one is a Safe Streets for All demonstration grant, and that's for 3 intersections on North Main Street. And lastly, in Plymouth, through the National Culvert Program, the culvert replacement project for the culvert on Town Brook. So this is this went out for the NPO released this to a public review and comment period at the November 19th meeting. So it's currently out for review. The entire draft amendment is included in this staff report. So at this time, I'd ask this committee to consider this for approval.
Okay, Bill, and so do we need a vote
Yes,
on
sir.
which items?
So the item is for approving amendment 1, and there would be these 4 4 grants in FFY 2025. So this does not affect, I should note that this does not affect funding for any other projects. This is just taking federal grants and programming them into the tip. So it's basically additional money. So it doesn't change any other projects.
So one motion would cover them all.
Yes, sir.
All right. Do I hear a motion?
Motion.
Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Thank you very much. Roll call?
Edmonton,
Yes.
Avon,
Yes.
Bridgewater,
Yes.
Brockton, Duxbury, East Bridgewater, Easton,
Yes.
Halifax, Hanover, Hanson, Kingston, Pembroke, Plymouth, Plimpton, Stoughton, West Bridgewater, Whitman,
Yes.
Batt,
Yes.
and MassDOT District 5.
Yes.
I think that's everyone's.
That covers it.
That covers it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Move on to item 7, new business. Old Colony Transportation Evaluation Criteria and the TIP Progress Programming Process. Bill,
That's
like
what
you again, right?
Yep, that's me.
So
So
you're a busy man.
yeah. So this is the time of year that we're starting to develop our next tip so the next one will be beginning the federal fiscal year 2026 and then going out to 2030. Today I'm just going to talk about how we evaluate projects, because get this question every year, and how projects are programmed. So we do use a 100-point scoring system that we call the transportation evaluation criteria. If you want to go to the next page. So you can see how it's kind of broken. So system preservation, that can get a total of 30 points. Safety, you can get a total of 30 points. Mobility, 10 points. The economic impact of the project, 10 points. Environmental and health impact, 10 points. And then community support and consistency with state and federal policies, 10 points. So we look at all the aspects of the project. I won't go, so included in the staff report is the how we score each of these categories. I won't go through I won't go through it for the sake of time, because each one has several components. Basically, say safety. So if to get the maximum number of points, it would be like a project that has a high value in improving safety. So it scores strongly across multiple categories. And then if it, then it can vary in level of impact. So you can get anywhere from, actually you can get anywhere from -1 to the maximum number of points in any of these categories. And I will note that -1 is rare. It's very rare for a project to get a negative score. Usually projects are scoring positively, and at least to some degree in all these categories. But what that'll do is that'll give us a total score out of 100, and then that helps us evaluate projects against each other. As you know, the TIP is a competitive process. There's only a certain amount of dollar values in any given year, and as it is, that the need always greatly exceeds resources. This is just one tool that we use to kind of score projects against each other. So the process basically is from beginning. So a TIP project will begin by a community going to the Massachusetts project intake tool and initiating a project. So that's your first step for a community starting a project to the TIP, and then that'll eventually go to project review committee at the state level. If they deem that it's a good project and checks off all the check boxes, it'll be assigned a project number, and then that's when it officially goes into the universe of projects. When a project enters into the universe of projects, that's when we go in and score it using this transportation evaluation criteria. And then so when we're developing our tip, the scoring system is one tool that we use in determining how projects are programmed. Of course, another tool is, you know, availability of funds. If a project can score really high, but we just cannot fit it in into a given year. There are several factors that determine how a project is programmed, and usually these things start to get hammered out beginning in February. We'll have tip readiness days. So that's a meeting between multiple MassDOT departments as well as the MPOs. And so we'll go through project by project, and we'll look at the evaluation score of each project. We'll look at overall project readiness, the likelihood that it could be programmed in a given time. And then we come to this this committee in the MPO with potential scenarios. We usually come up with like 3 planning scenarios, and we'll ultimately determine a preferred set of projects. And then the decision is made if that's the set of projects that we go with for the final draft of the tip. So that's the process. I'm always available to communities for any questions on how a project can be initiated and how it moves through the tip. So that pretty much sums it up. I don't know if anyone has any questions right now. I'm happy to answer them. But of course, if you're always welcome to contact me at any time, and I'm always happy to discuss project development.
Okay, anybody questions for Bill? Hearing none, let's move on to item B, National Day of Remembrance 2024. Matt.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. For those who do not know what the Day of Remembrance is, it is a worldwide event. This year, it was on November 17th. It's a day to remember pedestrians and cyclists that were killed in road accidents. This year, can you hear me all right?
Yes, no,
Okay, good.
I've heard of this, and I think it's kind of important.
Oh, great. This year, Old Colony Planning was raised awareness of this event, not only by posting to our social media and writing an article in our newsletter, but our staff here attended a vigil here in Brockton, walking dangerous intersections and raising awareness, and it was a really great event. We at Old Colony Planning encourage local action in our communities to make our our streets safer for pedestrians and cyclists alike. And we're happy to support our communities to achieve that through our Complete Streets program. But individuals at home can also submit their thoughts on dangerous intersections and sections of road through the Safe Street for All portal. That way we can capture everyone's thoughts and address those issues moving forward. Any questions?
Yeah, the only thing that I can update on this is the fact that I drive through Brockton a lot and areas a lot, and people need to be aware of when they're crossing streets where there was not a crosswalk, because a lot of times they see them on their phone and they're not even looking. So, I mean, people need to be aware. Same thing with bicycles. They may cross the road, just crossing the road. It's that simple. And it's just a dangerous situation. So drivers need to be very aware of what's in front of them and be prepared to stop when they see people on the side of the road that you think may be wanting to cross. That's all. Okay, thank you. Move on to other business, community local technical assistance study. Bill.
Actually, I think we have one more item before that. National
Oh,
Trails.
update, okay. What did I miss?
7C, the regional trails
A
inventory.
regional trail inventory, thank you. I'm sorry. Matt,
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The Mass Trails Inventory Update, it's a program through Mass Trails. We received a grant to inventory the region's trails network. This effort's to document existing trails, assess ADA accessibility, and evaluate trail conditions. This data is going to be used to help everyone be able to navigate throughout the Commonwealth using our trails. It's also to centralize all the trail data to support advancement of trail development and infrastructure through feasibility studies and strategic sessions, strategic planning. Right now, we're currently in phase 3 of the project, which is focusing actually on collecting the data across the region. Throughout this process, Old Colony Planning hopes to meet with each community to review and verify the accuracy of the trail data, and before submitting it up to the central portal. If anyone has questions about this, I'm happy to meet with them, and my email is here on the slide.
okay. Thank you very much. Okay, we'll move on. Sorry, I jumped over you, Matt. To other business, community technical assistance study, Bill.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Easy report this month. So we just have one study that's that we're currently wrapping up. That's for the town of Avon. That was a road safety audit on Route 28 in the downtown. That's being reviewed by the stakeholders right now. Will be finalized very soon. And otherwise, that's our update for the local technical assistance program.
Thank you, Bill. Moving on to item B, staff review for the ENF, EIR, and the NPC. Kyle?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So we have two somewhat, or not really new, but we've seen them before. It's the, we have a couple environmental impact reports that have come in for the Plymouth Municipal Airport Runway 6 extension. That's for Plymouth and Carver. It's a final environmental impact report. And then for Abington, Rockland, Weymouth, it's the South Weymouth Naval Air Station redevelopment project. And that is the final supplemental environmental impact report. Next is the Wilkinson Withington Aquaculture for the town of Plymouth. This is an environmental notification form, and this is in regards to cultivation of eastern oyster, quahog, and surf clams. And then we have one certificate for the town of Plimpton. This is for 123 and 125 West Street single-family homes. And the certificate states that this project will require the submission of an environmental impact report. And then we have one public notice for the town of Plymouth, notice of application for a Chapter 91 waterways license. And this is in regards to the 16 Town Wharf. This is it's currently an existing restaurant, but this will be demolished and a new restaurant is going to be constructed in its place. And that concludes my report.
Thank you very much. Let's see, what's next? Regional concern, item C, regional concerns and local community transportation issues.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes?
Yeah, hi, Bruce. I'm Chair of the Abington Planning Board.
Yeah.
And last Monday night at our meeting, if John Stone were here, he'd be happy. But the Abington Planning Board issued a special permit for the construction of a new central fire station and DPW.
Yes.
It's right next to the fire station where the existing police station rather on Center Street, where the highway barn is right now. And you know, as someone who's traffic orientated, I raised, and myself and a couple other members raised, concerns about the traffic on Center Street. But as Chief, Jack Lynn said, well, it's nothing like the traffic on 18 right now. where the fire station is, but, you know, the trucks still have to get in and out of there. And there's also the concern that if the police and fire had to respond to something simultaneously, because the projects are conjoined, they're right next to each other and they'll be connected. But, you know, the chiefs have said that they'll work it out and they're very experienced in coordinating their movements. But anyway, it's very exciting for the town of Abington to be getting these new facilities. In the meantime, when first thing they're gonna do is tear down the highway department barn, and they're gonna store the equipment at the old North School, which is in Center North Abington. And this is gonna be like a 2 or 3 year period. But anyway, it's exciting news for the town of Abington that they'll get a modern central fire station and a modern DPW complex and new salt sheds and new fueling facilities. So we're really excited about that.
Very good. Thanks for the update, Bruce.
Thank you.
One thing I'd like to say, I want to thank Old Colony Planning Council at last night's dinner when you awarded the town of Whitman that plaque, and it was very nice. And our town administrator, Mary Beth Carter, she was thrilled when she saw it and received it. And I want to thank you very much from the town of Whitman. That being said, do I hear a motion to adjourn unless there's anything else?
Mr. Chair, Rick Jordan, Avon.
Okay,
There might be useful to mention the December 11th Safe Streets for All public meeting. I think OCPC is running it,
okay.
6 p.m.
Anything else?
I think one has to register via a QR code.
Yeah,
But
we dropped a link in the chat.
Oh, good. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Any other business that we have to deal with today?
Oh, yeah. Mr. Chairman, again, thanks, Sean, for mentioning the Citizens Planner Training Collaborative courses. I'm on the board of CTPC, and I'm glad that we'll be offering courses into the spring. And of course, we'll have our annual conference on March 15th out at Holy Cross. And that's always a good time too. And I know that people like Noreen and several other people have attended this thing over the years. So thanks again for mentioning that. We really appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you, Bruce. Anything further? Hearing none, do I hear a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Motion,
Do I hear a second?
second.
Okay, we don't need a roll call, just raise your hand.
Happy holidays, everybody.
Yes, thank
Happy
you, Mary.
holidays. Thanks for the
Holidays.
party last night, Mary.
Oh, it was outstanding, Mary. Outstanding.
It's from all of the council members and staff, so